Hello, good afternoon if you're in Pacific time like me. So, in this in this live video today, I'm going to be doing a little teaching on limiting beliefs and what they are and how they affect us, how they affect the stories we tell ourselves about ourselves, and what you can do when you recognize that they are happening. So, before I do that, I just want to share this. Oh, yes, and let me know if you're with me here live, and also let me know if you're with me here in the future in the replay. So, I'm just going to share this to a couple spots. Bear with me while I do that. And we will get into this limiting beliefs and what to do, how to recognize them, how they affect all the stories we tell ourselves that may not be in our best interest. So one more little share and then we'll get going. So, alright, I gotta come up with an easier way to do this. But for now, it's done. Alright. So also before I get into it, I still have spots open in my Joyful Spirit Roadmap coaching. That's a one-on-one program where you and I work together on a regular basis over 3 months to move you toward your goals in both a spiritually healthy and a psychologically healthy way. And if you want more information about that, if you are watching me and you're like, yes, you're the person I want to work with, head to my DMs and say joy, and we will get you going. So, all right, getting into what even is a limiting belief. So, a limiting belief is something sometimes we're not aware, but if we are aware, it's something we're telling ourselves about what we can and cannot do, what is available to us in this life, in this time, and why we I have too many things to say at once, which happens to be a lot. It's like a lie we're telling ourselves about why we can't do something that's important to us, that we believe in, that would allow us to show up more fully as ourselves in the world. So anything that you are thinking, I can't do that, I could never, oh, look at how so-and-so does that, that's like beyond me. It's not within my realm of capability. These are all limiting beliefs, and sometimes we don't even recognize that we have them, and they can come from all sorts of places. So they might come from the way you grew up, both like how you were raised in your family, but also the way you were taught, like what kind of schooling you had, and what was like given to you as something that you could do, and what was not given to you as something you couldn't do, right? So if and interestingly, I find that what we're told we're good at can also lead to a limiting belief the other way around. So if you're growing up and your whole life everybody says to you, you're just like a phenomenal athlete, you run so fast, you should definitely join the track team, la 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 la. And you're hearing that and hearing that and hearing that, and maybe that is really true, but then maybe you think like, okay, well then like chess club's not for me, for example. So it can come about either way, and yeah, if you're live here with me, let me know. And if you have questions about limiting beliefs, if you're like, I know I have one and this is what it is, put it in the comments. Also, if you're watching on my Facebook page or in the Everyday Spirituality community group. If you comment there, I will see it, but I'll see it later. So if you want to be with me right now, live, come to my personal Facebook page and put your comments there. So, yeah, the other thing is, okay, it can come from childhood, it can come from other people, it can also come from our experiences in our life. So, let's say you went through a series of really tough relationships and they ended in ways you didn't like, that didn't feel good. You might then start telling yourself, like, I can't have a healthy relationship. It's not for me. I see other people doing it, but it's not for me. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. Anything that you say I can't do, that's a limiting belief. And we like kind of, every time that experience happens and then you reinforce it in your mind, like you keep telling yourself that over and over and over, you are re-cementing this experience and this truth, it is not a truth, into your own mind. So what we tell ourselves matters, and the more you tell yourself, I can't, I'll give you an example of my own. So, I, as an adult, have worked on my own car, and I've fixed my own sewing machine, built a greenhouse with help, still in progress. But these were like, they're sort of mechanical things, right? And it was not made available to me as a child. It was something that girls didn't do, and something that like wasn't for me. Even aside from girls, it was like, well, everyone else is good at that, and you don't do it. And so in senior year, we took this. I forget what it's called, but it's like one of those tests where it tells you like what you are good at. And I scored in the 99th percentile for mechanical reasoning and spatial reasoning. And it's like sort of a shock to me, because I had been given the message that I wasn't good at it. It wasn't for me. Even like in shop class in high school, I wasn't good at it because I was like, oh, I felt really nervous and like unsure, unsteady, not believing in my own self. And then I got that test result, and that was like the first seed that started getting me thinking like that was incorrect, that this belief was wrong, that I had held for so long. And it took me even still a while longer, quite a while longer, for me to like actually be like, no, I can do this. I can do these things, and I like to do these things. Like, it's enjoyable for me to do these things. So they can be like a little bit insidious in that way, where like I didn't know I had that belief for a long time until I got that test result, and suddenly it like opened up a little door in my mind to show me it wasn't true. So when we have these beliefs, it can be about anything. So like I gave you an example of something that's like kind of a hobby for me, like fixing things in a mechanical way or building things in a mechanical way. But it can be about what work you're capable of doing in this world. It can be about what kind of relationship you're capable of having or not having. It can be about like what your body can do, like literally your physical body, like what it's capable of doing. It can be about your health. It can be about money. It can be about where you get to go in the world. I mean, it's like endless what it could be about. And the way you start to realize it is, well, first of all, as I said, if you hear yourself saying, I can't, I could never, that's not for me. Look at so and so. I can't. How are they doing it? Those are all like little clues into your limiting beliefs. And the other way you can get, I have a little aside for you all. So this is related and it's not related at the same time. As you know, like I've been doing all this spiritual work, and if you've ever gotten a reading from me, you have definitely received guidance from my guides. And a lot of the time, a little clue I get that they're with me is like a little goosebumps, or that I'm saying something very important for whoever's listening, you right now. So anyway, you have received their guidance. You've received their guidance in these videos. You've received their guidance if you've had sessions with me. And I feel them here now, so this is why I'm saying this. I've been more actively working on channeling, so I have been a channel this whole time, and I just give you the information, like I translate it, you know, I feel or see or hear or sense or know what I'm supposed to say, and then I translate it and say it. But I've been more actively channeling directly. So there's three ladies that have come through. I have these three spirit guides: the blue lady, the yellow lady, and the pink lady. And they're sort of one entity, but they're also three entities. And they've been coming through really strong. And I can feel them now. And they've been wanting me to do that in a more public way. So that's not going to happen right in this moment, but it will happen soon. And if you want to be a part of it, if you want to receive their guidance directly, let me know about that too, because you'll inspire me to do it. All right. Back to the limiting beliefs. They're definitely helping us out with that. When the reason limiting beliefs are like harmful is because it prevents us from showing up 100% of who we are, like authentically who we are. And this world needs every single one of us to show up exactly in our fullness and exactly with the gifts and talents we bring. And when we have a limiting belief, when you're operating from a place of, I wish I could, but I can't, you're not showing up in your fullness, right? And somebody somewhere is missing out on a really big gift you have to give. And just being 100% yourself in this world is a huge, 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 huge gift. It sounds kind of, it's like hard and simple at the same time, right? If you are like hesitant about showing up fully as yourself, or you're hesitant about like speaking up for yourself, this is again another limiting belief where maybe you go into a conversation, you go into a work situation, wherever it is, and you're like, I can't say that. I'm not gonna say that. I mean, if you're gonna, you know, if it's like some mean thing, then yeah, don't say it. But like if it's something that's deeply important to you and your soul, and like to stand up for what you believe is right and true, and how you are meant to operate here, then it does need to be said. And it is a gift to whoever receives it, even if they don't know it. Let me know if that's making sense. Yeah. So I'm just listening again to hear what else we gotta say here. Okay, so let's get into a little bit of the healing. We can't do like a whole, it can take a number of times and many experiences to really fully heal limiting beliefs, but you can start right now, and we will start right now. So if you have a pen and paper, that's great. If not, just kind of do this in your mind, but you might want to come back and do it again with pen and paper. So with your pen and paper or with your mind, I want you to think of the areas in which you have a limiting belief. So I don't want you to write the limiting belief down. Like, I don't want you to write, I can't run 5 miles without being exhausted, if that's what it is for you, whatever it is for you. I don't want you to write that down because I don't want you to affirm that in ink. But I do want you to write down the area in which you have this limiting belief. So, for example, that would be like ability of my physical body. You might write that down. You might write down loving relationship. You might write down ability to be me. You might write down relationships with my children. Whatever it is, you know what it is better than these are examples. But you know what it is better than me. So write it down. Or write it in your mind if you don't have pen and paper with you. And if you have more than one, that's fine. We all do. Write more than one. That's totally good. And now I want you to, if you're in a position to close your eyes, I invite you to do that. And if not, just like let yourself come into a little bit of a relaxed state. And now deeply, deeply, you're so worthy. This is what I meant to say and forgot to say earlier. You're so deeply worthy of clearing and changing limiting beliefs. This is one of the things that happens with limiting beliefs. Like, they really start to suck out the energy and suck out your, I mean, I just keep saying it, but your ability to be yourself. It's like, oh, that shrinking feeling when you want that expansive feeling, right? So, okay, affirm to yourself, or let me affirm to you if it's difficult for you in this moment. Let me affirm to you, you are deeply worthy of undoing these limiting beliefs, and the more you can affirm that to yourself, the better. Okay, so you have your list of your limiting beliefs, the areas of your limiting beliefs, the areas of your life. Now we're gonna, if you can close your eyes, do it. Whatever this limiting belief is. Maybe it's around money. Maybe it's around your relationship with this earth. How to be good on this earth. I just heard that. For someone watching, that might be it. Pick one for now. And I want you to envision the absolute opposite of this limiting belief. So if you believe that you cannot have a loving relationship, even if it's only for this moment, I want you to see yourself in your mind's eye fully in the most beautiful relationship you can envision. And in fact, even more beautiful than you can envision. Or if you're like, I can't make enough money, I want you to envision yourself with like such an abundance of money. If you're like, I can't have a good relationship at work, I want you to envision the most functional relationship at work that you possibly can, right? So these are all examples, but you do it for whichever one you have got going on. Imagine yourself showing up absolutely 100% yourself in the totality of who you are. You can call in love and guidance. You can call in your higher self. You can call in divinity in whatever way it speaks to you to help you here, to help you enlarge this vision. Keep it going, keep it going. You are so capable and so worthy of doing this. Envision yourself doing absolutely 100% well and beautifully and powerfully the thing that you feel you can't, or having the thing you feel you can't. And you may need to stay here. I'm going to go on with the teaching because I don't have a whole ton of time. You may need to stay here longer. You probably do need to stay here longer, so you can come back to this on your own. But getting this feeling of being powerful, of being capable, of being worthy, seeing this absolutely true vision of who you are and what you can do and what you can have, start to cement that feeling into your body. Notice what it feels like. It might even feel a little scary. Sometimes we're at a growth edge, it feels scary. But I bet you also feel love and joy and excitement. And along with maybe some fear, some relief. Can you feel how those can exist at the same time? All right, so that's a short little, we could get into it for a long, long time, but for this live video, we're not going to do that. So you can always come back to this practice, and if you are ready to move into this work in a deeper and more serious way, to really deeply clear these limiting beliefs, to show up as who you are, to do the thing you're meant to do, then yeah, go to my DMs and we will get you started on the one-on-one coaching that I have going. If it's not the right fit, I'm not going to force you into it, right? So don't be shy, don't be hesitant about it is an act of courage, right? Just head to the DMs and say joyful spirit, and we'll get you going. And if it's not right for you, then don't worry, I'm not going to force you into a space that doesn't suit you. So yeah, let me know if you have questions. If you're watching the replay, put them in the comments, and thank you all for being here, and I'll see you super soon.